Hello guys,
Hello, sir. Good morning.
good morning. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah, Bhaskar, Satya, Ankit. Okay, give me a minute. Let me connect my screen. Yes, yes, yes. Got the access, Arjun. Guys, again. So it's good morning. So I'm going to share my screen. Just confirm me. Are you able to see my screen? Fine. Yes, you are able to see the slides.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, I can.
So in my previous session, right, guys, as we discussed, right, something how we are going to what different courses are there, right? We have Linux from starting Linux. We will have something Kubernetes to Terraform, right, guys? In which we have already discussed what all infrastructure, yeah, what all component we have
Yeah, sorry, not able to hear you.
Yes, sir. My apologies. I think there is some problem with your line. We're not able to hear you.
Hello. Sir, your voice is not audible.
hello guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Again, I'm going to share my screen, right? Okay, so guys, we have basically my screen is visible to you, right? This is something we will start from Linux, right? And from Linux, we will have the Terraform in this DevOps training module, right? My screen is visible to you?
Yes, yes. Now audible.
Yes. So this is something we will have, and we will start the we are starting from Linux, right? So today we will have mostly part uh, on its content, as well as we will have something why we use the Linux operating system, what is the history of Linux operating system. So this is something we will discuss here, right? So in this part, so we will start. We have a modules. Different modules are there for Linux. What is Linux? So we will discuss here what is Linux, why, what is the use of Linux, what is the difference between Linux and Unix, and what are the something we can hand out, right? What are operating system we are using, why the Linux is using, right? This is something in module one we will discuss. Then in module second, we will take the installation part in VirtualBox, but we installation part is not much used as such, because all the servers are being created in AWS. Yeah, we can say different cloud platforms are there. So we will create or provision the virtual machines over the cloud, and we will use them, right? Basically what we will do, we will have like what is a desktop GUI, what is the difference between Linux and Windows. This will be used here in this installation configuration part, right? Then third one is system files. So in system files, what we will have, in system file we will have the uh, 1 second is called, right? In system files, we will have something how we can connect the operating system which is running in our uh, AWS server. We can say what is the file system, what are the file system path, how we can list the directory in some servers. If we are suppose, let's take an example. I am in one of the server. I have logged in, and now I want to log in the server. So how I can log in and how I can check the files and directories inside it, right? What are the file types in Linux? What is the difference between find and locate command? How we can use the find and locate command? Difference between them? How we can change the password, right? Wildcards, soft link, another hard link and soft link. There are many more questions comes in the interviews. What are hard and soft links, and how we can use them? So this will we will discuss here. We can image something image file using UI, GUI, how we can open it, right? So this is something we will discuss in file system and architecture part. Then we will have Linux fundamental. What is the use of tab completion? What is man command? What is chown? Important commands, right? Many of the questions comes from this part, that what is a chmod, a chon, group, what are these commands, how we can use a tab completion, right? How we can add the text to a file, what is the use of pipe sign, what are file maintenance command, what are filter or text processing commands, like how we can, these are again important one, how we can use the cut command, sort, grep, awk, unique, wc command, what are diff command, right? Unzip, zip file, they are different. Uncompare, to compress the files and directly we use the zip or tar compressed file. How we can truncate the file size. Truncate again important for the interview perspective. How we can use the truncate command, right? So here we will discuss how we can use the cat command basically. This we will have in Linux fundamental part. Then next we will come on Linux system administration part. In Linux system administration, we will uh, see the use of vi command, right? Sed command. What is the user account management? What is sudo access? How we can monitor the users here. Suppose let's take an example. If we have been logged in any of Ubuntu, yeah, any of the server. So how we can monitor the users? How we can talk with the users? So something we will use here, account authentication are there. We will use something, date, uptime, host name, which, right? BC command, system CTL, PS, stop, kill, contap. So these are something command we will we will see the usage of these commands. What is stop command? What is the OS maintenance commands? This is something we will see. system logs monitor, how we can, there are some directories inside our Linux operating system, or this is something different operating system, so we have the logs monitoring. This is again simply what will happen here. So here in this, what will happen, we have a log directory, right? If we have something Ubuntu machine or any Linux based operating system, so we have a directory here slash where, right, and slash log. So this is something here in log directories, all logs are being stored or in this directory, and we can see the system logs as well as the application logs, right, and as well as databases logs are there, so we can take these logs from there and we can troubleshoot the issue accordingly. So this is something we should know about it, so we will discuss here. Then we will have hostname ctl uname command, something we want to check the this is something commands at the architecture level, what is the operating system we are using something, so we will discuss here, right. We have a single user mode, yeah, environment variables, what are environment variables, so we will have this system administration part. So guys, in this system administration, what we will have something, right. I want to see if suppose I am having
Your voice is breaking. Hello, not able to hear you. Not able to hear you.
can you
The voice is not audible.
1 second, 1 second.
Now I think it is fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Okay, my screen is still visible, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is my slide. Okay, fine. So this is something in system administration part,
Sir, again, voice,
what
voice.
we will have.
Again, sir, again.
Again, not able to hear you.
Hi, Arjun.
Yes, sir.
Yes, where from? I think आप उत्तराखंड से तो नहीं हो, मुझे लग रहा है अधिकारी तो उत्तराखंड ही रहते हैं।
नहीं, मैं नेपाल से हूँ।
One second.
ओके ओके, कुछ वहाँ भी हैं, राइट? ओके।
Am I audible?
Me.
No, sir, your voice keeps on breaking on us. I think
Is this fine now?
Yeah, a
it's
little
much
bit.
better.
Okay. I think, yeah, this should fine now, right? You can
Yeah, a little bit, sir.
No, it's not.
see my screen, right? I'm doing something.
No, I
Same.
think, sir, your screen is stuck as well as. I don't think your voice is breaking on us.
Okay. 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 It's fine now.
Guys, is this fine now?
Mm, yes, sir.
Okay, so let me share my screen. My screen is visible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is something we have like some operating system, right? I have a operating system Ubuntu, right? I want to perform, I want to administration part from administration perspective, we will perform some actions here inside this operating system, right? Then, right, if I want to perform some actions over here, so in that case, what I have to do, I have to monitor each and everything, right? I have a something skills here, something we called it as I should know the what is the operating system, how I can perform the actions over here in this operating system. So this is something I should know. Each and everything will be I should know what are the monitoring steps. If I want to monitor something operating system, then I must have uh, some ideas and some things over here, so I should know, right? So this is something we will have in administration part. So in this part, so till now is there any doubt, guys? So you can just let me know, so we will then we can go ahead. Anyone? Okay, so let's go further. We can go further in this one, right? So in administration part, it is done. Then in shell scripting. So in shell scripting, we will learn about because shell script. Why is the shell scripting? Why shell scripting is important for our Linux module, right, guys? Shell scripting is basically, we can say, this is something a language for a Linux-based operating system through which we can perform or we can automate the things, right? Because this is very important, right? Each and everything is very important here, because if I want to, let's take an example. I ask you guys, please create some automation part so that my DB backup should be scheduled in such a way that we can schedule a backup once in a day for shell scripting part. So guys, in that case, what I will do, right? So you will create something shell scripting, right? You will create some shell scripting. Let me show my screen, right? Suppose I ask you that please create. So this is something we will have this syntax, right? And we have to pass something commands, xx are there. So this command will something take the backup, right? It will take the backup in our system, and we can create anything's automation part. Suppose I want to create the backup of any application, right? If I have a application stored in some folder, and I want to make some automation to create the zip and transfer it on S3 bucket to create the backup. So in that case, we will use the shell scripting. Very important for our Linux administration part, guys. So it's a very important. We should have some ideas. Yeah, we should write some script. We will see if and then, if else condition, for loops. Why we use the for loops here? Case statement, aliases. So we will look into this and we will learn about the shell scripting part. What all components is there, right? So we will we will have the shell scripting experience over here. In networking part, so in something networking, we will have the ping, if config, net stat, TCP dump, networking, ATS tool are there. So something we will have, we will see about it. Wget command, what is the FTP, SCP command, why you use the IPM, yum. If in case of Ubuntu, we will use APT command in place of yum. We will see how we upgrade the package or patch management, right? We can use the create the local repository. What is telnet and ssh are there. Some if there is some packages, package management, like suppose I want to install some packages, how we can install or how we can remove it, right? We will have the host name or ip config, dig command are there, ntp, right? Cron id, right? Send mail apache server, we will discuss, we will discuss over it here, and we will have the os hardening are there. So this is something. We have the networking part, we will have the hands-on experience on this part, and we will learn about this, right? Like, right, you will ask me scp, right? What is the use of scp command, right, guys? If I want to use the scp command, so in this scp command, this is a secure protocol, right? What is secure protocol? This is something you have a server one. This is a server one, right? S1 we can say, and this is a server S2, right? Which is running in our network. Suppose I want to copy a server one Mumbai and in the server two, which is located in US, we can say. So we need some protocol. So we will use the SCP command to copy a file from server one to server two. So we will use the SCP protocol. We can say securely copy protocol we will use, right? So this is something very important. We will see how this is a command line. Basically, all of the operations in whole course module in Linux, we will use the CLI. We can say CLI is something command line interface. What is command line interface? So we will perform each and everything using CLI. Let's take an example. Suppose I want to create a folder. Let's take an example. A folder I want to create it. In Windows, what we do, or as well as in Linux, what we will do, we will go on GUI, yeah, we can say graphically, we will click on right click, right, new folder will be created, right? We will not perform any action using GUI. We will use the CLI over here. What are commands are there to create the folder, to create the file, how we can remove the file, how we can create the folder. So this is something all maximum, not maximum, 100% we will work on a CLI, command line interface, and this is very important, guys. We should work on command line interface because if a server is deployed on any cloud maximum which is running for any staging as well as the prod environment, so we will use the CLI, command line interface, right? So in command line interface, so guys, you got this, what is command line interface? Is there any doubt in this?
No, no doubt.
Not any doubt till yet, so then you can just let me know. We can you go ahead?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay, okay. So this is something we will use, and there are some commands, curl and ping commands, very important usage. We will see over it, right? Then next one is we will have something. What are disk management and run levels? What are the run level system? What is Linux boot process? Message. What is a message? Or what is storage? Why we use the diff, yeah, df command, fdisk command, how we can add the disk and standard party, how we can create the standard partition, what is lvm, right? How we can configure the lvm during installation, right? Extend lvm, how we can use the swap space, what is fsck, right? Fsck command, nfs, how we can create, right? This is something we will see and we will learn over here. Then after that, we will have the resume workshop, cover letter after this modules. Yeah, after this course, what is the Linux job description duties, right? What is the other technology exposure? So this is something we will have here, right? So in majorly, so this is we will have in Linux-based operating system end to end. We will learn in this. We will learn in this Linux-based operating system, right? operations administration part. So if any one of you guys want to continue your job in the administration part in Linux operating system, what you can do, so you will have the administration part, you will learn each and everything over here, the operations, what are the commands we can use, folders, backups, right? Copy the files from one folder to another, zip files creation, how we can perform. So this is all we can do or we can perform in this Linux based operating system, right? So in this Linux we will majorly use Ubuntu, we can say, because the Ubuntu or Red Hat, these are mostly the commands are similar, because the kernel, yeah, configuration, they will have the similar, but they have something, right? Packages installation is different. If you want to we will start from uh, we can start from Red Hat or CentOS, but better we can go for like Ubuntu. So you guys can 80% or 90% things are similar. Some commands, right? Yum or apt differences are there. Otherwise, maximum all things are same. So we will perform the action over here in this course module, right? In LVM, very important part, LVM, this is a logical volume management, right? Logical volume management. So this is something, this concept is always is actually used in AWS as well, right? This is a volume which we can create and how we can extend our volume, right? Suppose I have a 2 GB space which is running in my operating system, and now I want to increase this space to 10 GB, right? And if I want to increase this to 10 GB, so how I can increase it, how I can use the commands here in the LVM. So this is something we will have the exposure over here, guys. So this is a course, whole course module. So is there anything you want to you want to ask, guys? So you can just let me know. We will have a I will wait for 2 minutes and then I will start from initially what is Linux and all these things.
Sir, this is only Linux part, no?
Yes, this is Linux, right? This is a syllabus of Linux. What are the modules and all these things? Then after that, we will go ahead with Git, Jenkins,
Okay,
similar. One by one module we will follow.
okay. This is completely Linux, right?
This is Linux, because we will have something like for 10 to 8 to 10 days for Linux, then 8 to 10 days for Git, then we will have Jenkins, same similar, right? So for a month, if we have something, the technology on high level like Kubernetes and Docker, it will take time, right, to understand. Terraform will take time, Ansible and AWS. So this is something, guys, we will cover each and everything from initial. So this is one first course content, we can say Linux, then we can go ahead with Git. Is there any
Okay.
doubt here? Yeah, you want to ask, guys, anything, then let me know. Otherwise, we can go ahead with module.
No problem, sir.
Can we go ahead?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I am going to start with this one. Okay. So what is Linux? We are going to start here. So this is Linux operating system, right? So what is Linux? This is a operating system which basically sits between hardware and user. How? Let's take an example. Suppose we have a laptop, right? Right? Laptop. or we can say desktop, right? And I am a user here, right? I am a user. DevOps is sitting here, right? So in if I am sitting here, so this is an interface. Suppose I want to communicate with this hardware, so I need some operating system, which is I can say I can use here Windows, but we are not using Windows. No. So I am using the Linux operating system here, right? In Linux based part, what I'm doing here, guys, in Linux part, so what I'm doing here, guys, so this is something we are using, right? In interface, this is just an interface part, right? So we will use here as an interface. So this is a Unix, this is a Linux we will use here. So this is something we have a Linux, this is a hardware part, and suppose if user is here, so we are using the Linux as an communication part between hardware and user. You got this?
Okay.
You can, I think you have some expression as well here in the emojis are there. You can just ping me emojis, yeah, okay or not, or you can just tell me, right? Okay, so
Yes, sir.
yeah, great. In Unix, so it was basically a first developed for multi-user and multitasking, right? In 1970s by Bell Labs, right? This was developed in some labs, so which is named as Bell Labs. Are there something? And we have basically we are basically this has a MIT Institute which was developed there. So this was Linux born in Linus Torvalds is the creator of this Linux, and due to name his Linux, right? So it is the operating system named as Linux. I think for the information part, for your knowledge, you should know that the Linux is renamed with the name Linux, right? It is mostly free. This is an open source operating system. It is used by Sun as Solaris or AIX or HP company. These have been used many developer communities or company like Red Hat, CentOS, Debian, Ubuntu, we can say, etc. Unix comparatively supports very fewer file systems, right? This can be installed very this with different variety of computer hardware, right? Ranging from mobile phone, tablets, video games, mainframe, supercomputer we can use. So this is something, right? If we have operating system, guys, if you are using Android, take an example. If we are using, take an example, in Android, you have a behind the Android there is a operating system which is running. This is a Linux, right? In MACD, if you visit any MACD, right? In MACD, so they are the specifically they are the different uh, behind the scene. If there are any server running, they are also Linux. In any big organizations, right? NASA, they are also using the Linux operating system. DRDO, very big defense research organization in India. So it is also using Linux operating system, guys. Right, guys? So this is something we will have, and this is a Linux-based operating system. Many different sorry, uses are there in the IT industry, right? We are using the Linux-based operating system. Why we are using, we will come on that part later on. Right? Why we will use that one? So there are some specifically things are there. This is in place of Linux-based Linux, yeah, Windows. We will see the difference why we are using Linux in place of Windows, guys. So this is a something thing actually we are using the Linux over here in our current scenarios. Most of the servers, if we have any infrastructure, we will have the Linux, not Windows, because this is a heavy weight. This is something a UI we have used. We will use the GUI. So this is something, that's why we will use a Linux-based operating system, guys. Right? Let me know, is there any doubt why we are using? We will come some more differences between Linux versus Windows in the next slide. So you can just ping me or ask me if there is any doubt, because we have most of the infrastructure in Linux. So we will use this operating system over here. So guys, any doubt, anything else you want to ask, then you can ping me or you can ask. Yes, guys, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so in Linux or in Windows, so Linux is free, right? Why we are using Linux in place of Windows? So this is a difference here. Linux is free, but we have to pay something dollars for the Windows. You know, if we need any subscription, right, for Windows, then we have to pay X amount. I think you are aware of this. If you want any Windows in the in professional way, then you have to pay for it. In Linux, it is a user friendly. Linux is not a user friendly, but Windows is a user friendly, because it is something using GUI we can perform each and every action. According to reliability, uh, very reliable. Yeah, we can run for months or years, but it actually often sometimes we require the reboot in Windows. For software part, it has mostly enterprise layer softwares, but much larger. There are some much larger selections of softwares are there. Multitasking, it is very best for the multitasking Linux. But in Windows, multitasking available, like, but actually there are high usage of CPU and memory are there. So this is our main difference, multitasking part, why we use the Linux, right? So this is a free available. We don't have to pay a single rupee for the Linux, and this is the best for multitasking, because if we can optimize the CPU memory according to our requirement. But in Windows, many things are many application or software occupied the space in our operating system, and they are very much you increase the utilization of CPU as well as memory. Linux very secure. Windows somewhat we have to secure. So in Windows we need some other antiviruses are there we have to install in Windows, but there is no such requirements in Linux. So Linux is open to public, but Windows is not an open source. Guys, as you are aware, in the industry, we use basically open source tools, right? They in our DevOps training, we will also use the open source maximum tools which are having the open source, because we don't have to pay a single rupee to that tools to any company to use them, right? If I want to ask you guys, Kaspersky is an antivirus in Windows, right? So in Kaspersky, you have, if you want to install this antivirus in your Windows system, you have to pay. You have to pay, guys, for this installation as well as for its certificate. Yeah, its expiration. You have to pay for it. So this is something a Windows operating system we have, and we will see something, right, guys? So this is a difference between these two. In Linux distributions, we have different distributions are there. Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, SUSE, Debian, Ubuntu. We will mostly use the Ubuntu. If required, we can use the CentOS in some places, but majorly we will cover each and everything in Ubuntu, because Ubuntu is again freely available. But for Red Hat and CentOS, again, they are the companies which are basically having the charges on support, because if we are troubleshooting any issues on Ubuntu, these are we can see resolve the issue easily. We can get the support available on some communities part, but on Red Hat perspective, we have to reach out to support in some cases, and many minor level supports are available in the Google itself. Linux users, where we are using the Linux, so they are US government and agencies, right? They are using the Linux, right? As I discussed, where the Linux operating system is used, NASA is also, I think you are aware with NASA, right? Right, guys?
Right, right.
Right. Healthcare, right? In healthcare part, healthcare automation part, right? They are using the Linux in bullet 10 in Japan, which are running at a speed of 1 to 150 or 200 meter per hour. So they are also using the Linux operating system. Traffic control part, Linux is basically using. Financial institutes, there this is very high usage of Linux, that that's operating system. This Linux is being used in financial because they need very high security, right? That their data can't be compromised. So in that case, if financial institutes are using this Linux operating system, that means it has a lots of potential, it has a lots of security inside it, that they are well confident that we are using it. Entertainment industries, yes, production houses, cinemas, they are also using Linux-based operating system. World e-commerce leaders, yes, Amazon, eBay, PayPal, Walmart, they are also running their platform with Linux, right? Other Fortune company, Google, MACD, yeah, we can say Facebook, IBM, they are also using, or we can say Netflix. They are also having their whole infrastructure over the Linux-based operating system. So these are basically a usage and why we are using the Linux-based operating system, guys. So this is a complete things which we have covered. So is there anything else you want to discuss or you want to ask? You can reach out to me, guys.
Okay, sir.
Anything else, guys, you want to discuss? Okay, let me show my okay, so we have covered basically this training part here, right? Let's come to the point. Uh, we will have this. Mm, we have this here or not? Okay, in the file system architecture. Okay, fine. Okay, so guys, now we are starting the thing from system access or file systems, right? What are the file systems? How we can access a file system using Linux-based operating system? So we will learn, guys, over here. So first of all, we have a Linux, right? In Linux, we will deploy each and every, if I want to deploy any Ubuntu, yeah, Linux-based operating system or server, we will create that server in AWS Cloud. Or guys, if you are having any laptop, right? If you are having with the MacBook, or you can use the same one MacBook as well, but majorly you should use the Ubuntu server. You can create uh, um, over the AWS cloud, guys, easily. So what are the important things which we should remember, right? We have a Linux super user called root. Root is a most powerful account that can create each and everything, modify, delete, or create each and everything. So that is a super user, and it can make any changes to any configuration file, right? If you have any operating system root, so that means you are using that super user, and each and every operation you can perform using that one. Let's take an example. In Windows, in Windows we have a admin user, right? We have something admin user are there, but in Linux based operating system we have the same user, root user, right? So this is a super user, right? This is something we will have. Guys, give me 2 minutes. I am back in a minute, right? Give me a minute.
Okay, sir.
Guys, currently you are working anyway or not? You are Bhaskar this side. Hello.
Yeah, hi Bhaskar, how are you?
Fine. You
I'm
are
not
working.
sure. Although my name is Shubham, I'm not sure if it displays what my name is getting displayed at your end. I think
I
it's
think.
Ankit.
Yes.
I don't know why this is so. Anyway, I also wanted to know from you guys, is everybody comfortable with English or can we switch to Hindi? Because I think
स्विच हिंदी कर सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं अपने को, अपन प्रॉब्लम दोनों दिक्कत नहीं है अपन को.
और बाकी लोग यहाँ पर guys please portray your inputs because I think
Yeah, we can.
अंकित अभी कहाँ करंटली वर्किंग, कहाँ नहीं, सॉरी शुभम, अभी कहाँ करंटली वर्किंग हो वैसे, या अभी?
मैंने लास्ट जॉब अपना कोफोर्ज से किया है, ड्रॉप
गोफर.
लास्ट कोफोर्ज.
अच्छा, गो फोर्स. ओके.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, इंडियन बेस्ड आईटी
Yes.
कंपनी है.
Yeah. Is anybody who's talking?
Hi sir, this is
Huh.
Shubham. I'm not sure my name get displayed as Ankit. We were just having a random conversation, nothing important. You can proceed.
Regarding what?
Regarding we just wanted to know each other, if we are
Mm-hmm.
working somewhere or not. Like,
Okay, guys. Okay, we can start. So guys, from Ankit, yeah, you can start introduce yourself. Yes, you guys, you should be introduced with each other. So guys, you can start each and everybody. So Ankit, you can start from you. We can start from you. So can you please tell me about yourself, what you are doing? So please go ahead.
sure. First of all, my name is Shubham. I'm not sure why my name gets displayed as Ankit. I have joined using the same link. Anyway,
Okay, okay,
I am from Jamshedpur. It's in Jharkhand. I
okay,
have a very basic experience of system administration
okay.
on Windows.
Mm-hmm.
I have left the job from Coforge. At this point in time, I am working with Upwork as a freelancer for their Microsoft 365 project.
Okay, okay. So
And
what?
at the same time, I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to switch to DevOps, and hence I am taking this course.
Okay. Fine. Cool. So what all system administration part you did over Linux or Windows? Yeah, how it's going on?
No, it was never on Linux. I have only worked on whatever experience I've gained. It's only on Windows
Okay,
based
fine.
administration. Yeah.
No issue, no problem.
I
Yeah.
have gone through the
Hmm.
basics of Linux, but then it's good to have a refresher from
Mm-hmm.
you. Obviously, we would need Linux.
Mm. Don't worry. We will start each and everything from the scratch. You don't need to worry about it. What you have to do, guys, you have to go through. This is my first session on the Linux. We are starting. So, if we are going through the sessions, you should read each and everything. Whatever we perform, any practicals, demo. So, using that video, you should perform the same demo, and then you can make the research over that topic as well if you have time. At least, uh, according to me, at least you should practice the things what we are teaching you. So that's a thing, and that will help you a lot. We will, along with this, you should have a pen or paper. yeah, notebook you should have, because in some cases you can write down these topics. Suppose I am teaching you, there is an interview question with soft link and hard links. Let's take an example. So you can write down in your notebook, yeah, there is a question, interview question can be asked over it. Then you can search over the Google, or you can go through our videos. You can get the thing easily. You can get the thing. But this is something you should follow. Then you can get the things at the end. Yeah, we can say at the end of this Linux module, you will have something in your notebook that these questions will become in interview. Yeah, how I can easily solve, what are the solutions I have, what I should give the solutions to the interviewer. So this is something you should know, guys. Fine. Okay,
Sure, sure.
Ankit. Okay, Ankit, this is for all you guys. Ankit, Arjun, Bhaskar, Manasa, Prabha, Prabh, and Priyandeep. Okay, let's start next with the Ankit. Sorry, Ankit, we have done Arjun. Yes, Arjun.
Hello, good afternoon,
Yeah,
everyone.
good afternoon.
My name is Arjun Adhikari. I am from Nepal. I am right now I am enrolled as a fiber engineer in one of the reported ISP of Nepal, Disom.
Mm-hmm.
I want to switch to the field of microservice. That's why I am enrolled in this courses.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I enrolled the RSCSA Red Hat course from the Amit Sharma, right, from the networking.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I'm enrolled this.
Yes.
Thank
Okay. Networking is fine, Arjun. But yes, microservices. If you are aware, that's a good thing. You can think about it, and we will also cover the microservices architecture using Docker as well as Kubernetes. We will cover in this course module, and you will get the things, deployment, stateful side, each and everything we will cover in this course, right? The thing is, guys, to all of you, I in between I can ask the question. I can ask you guys, please share your screen and let me show me your practicals and demos, so you have to go on through that part, right? Okay. Next one is Bhaskar.
Hi all, Bhaskar this side. Currently, I'm working as a IT analytic on the background verification. I have around 5 year experience in the IT industry, and
Slowly,
alongside
slowly,
I
slowly.
work
Bhaskar,
with
slow.
yeah.
Yep.
Alongside, I work with different companies like Great Lake, Yulo Tech, Enco Engineers, and Metadome AI, and SourceX also.
Okay.
And currently, I'm working in OnGrid, as you know.
Okay.
And I wanted to switch my career in DevOps in future. No?
Fine, fine. Great. Yeah. Next one is, I think, Manasa.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm from Hyderabad. So I have
Okay.
4 years of experience in Oracle Labs testing. So I wanted to switch my career to DevOps. So I have joined this course.
Okay. So what you were doing in the testing, this is something QA or this is other
Yeah,
testing?
QA.
QA. So you see there are some Selenium automation tests. So you did it?
No, it's completely manual testing.
Okay. Great. Fine. I think then you are aware with the Linux-based operating system and microservices. I think you are getting the things of microservices. You want to get it, right? If I am not wrong.
And I am not aware of that. Actually, I have to learn
Yeah.
it now.
Okay, got it. Okay. Next one is Prabha. Prab. What is name? Prabha. Yeah, Prab. Can you hear me? Prab. Hello. Okay, we can leave for now. Priyandeep. Yeah. Priyandeep, can you hear me? Priyandeep, hello. Guys, are you there or not? Okay, we can leave. No issue, right? Okay. So what we were doing, we have a in Linux-based operating system. What should be the things we should basically in our mind, right? We should keep these things in our mind. So this is something. Yeah, Pep, can you introduce yourself if you are there? Pep, don't know is there or not. Let me ask. Introduce. Okay, fine. He's having some issue with the mic, no issue. Okay, so guys, from your perspective, as I told you, you should have pen or notebook with you guys, and you can write down the things, yeah, important topics, what you should learn for the from the interview perspective as well as you can get the thing easily. Okay, now I am starting. You got this point, guys? Hello, guys, you got the thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, on this slide. It's all right.
Perfect, great. Okay, so in Linux we have a super user called as root, right? Root is like a admin user as we have in the Linux based operating, as we have the same user in Windows, right? Linux is case sensitive system, right? Case sensitive means if I am going to ABC capital letters, so it's not same as a capital small letters ABC, right? So we will take the practical over this. Avoid using space in creating. Yeah, it is saying suppose I want to create a file, then we have to avoid the spaces because not if we are not keeping if we are not using, right, we have to avoid the spaces, right? Create a files or directories. Suppose I am creating a directory DevOps 1 or DevOps 2, right? So in that case what I have to do, we have a we should not have any space, right? So space should be eliminated if we are creating any files or directory. Linux kernel is not an OS. It is a small software within Linux OS, right, that takes a command to users and pass them to system. This is something, Linux kernel is not actually an operating system. It is basically a small software, we can say, that takes the input from user and this pass to the system hardware. Linux is basically mostly, as I told you, it is CLI, not GUI. So this is a command line interface, not graphical user interface, right? Very flexible to as compared to other OS. Let's take an example in this one, right? We have a user, root user, as I told you, root user having the all permissions, right? All permissions of files and directories, right? Whatever the configuration inside our operating system, so it will have that permission here and we can execute, right? First of all, second thing comes in our mind, it is not while creating any files or directories. Suppose I have a operating system. Let's take an example. I am creating a file. This is a test one, right? So in touch command, right? In touch command, if I am creating a test one file, if there is any space, if there is any space which is come in between it, right? So this means this command, touch command, this is basically used for creating a file. This will create these two files, right? That's why it is saying it should not be space in between these two files. Let's take an example. I am creating a file test1 test2. It will create only a one file, right? Same command, if I'm using here and I have a space, so what it will do, it will have created two files, test1, test2. You got this thing, guy?
Yes, yes.
So this is something it is saying it should not be the space, should not be there, right? This is something kernel. Yeah, we have already discussed. This is a command line interface. Yes, mostly we are using this is a command line. I am handling my whole operating system using this command line. Second, there are two types of access, right? The direct access, which we can use HDMI, DVI, we can use the console access, right? If I want to operate this operating system, right, my whole laptop, so I am using this GUI. If there is any remote operations, right, then second type is remote. Remote, we can use the RDP for Windows, right? Putty client, if we are using, we can use the Linux based operating systems and we can use the Putty client. Otherwise, we can use the sharing as well, FTP or something. Other tools are there. So there are two types of access, right? Console and remote. Console is basically a GUI that is having my own laptop. If I want to access to another operating system, then I can use the RDP for Windows or Putty client for SSH. Okay, access to Linux system. Yeah, suppose I want to SSH. Yeah, suppose I have a Linux based operating system. Guys, is there any question till now? Give me a minute. You can just ask. So, guys, suppose I have a own laptop, right? There is a server. Here is a server. If I am saying that I am using a server, so that means I am having a server of Linux. We have everything on Linux. We are not using Windows because we want to be in DevOps in Linux based operating system, which is high in demand in the today's market, right? So in that case, what we can do, suppose I want to SSH this server from my own system. I am having a DevOps user is here, right? I want to access this system. So what I can do, I can use the SSH command. So to access this system, right? So this is saying something. If you have Windows 10, then we have a SSH built-in client. We can use that one. Or for Linux, because I have my own Linux-based operating system, I can use directly SSH command. Then what we can do, if we are using the Windows 10 or any newer version, then we have a basically a command prompt is there. We can use the SSH from there. If there is a Windows like 7 8 is there in your system, then you can use the Putty is basically a package, a software package which you have to install from the Google, and you can access your system from Putty as well. But better, I would recommend it, guys, you should use the command prompt. Also, if you are having your laptop which is installed, which is a laptop which is not using you, is any vacant laptop, if you are having, then you can use that laptop and you can install the Ubuntu using that laptop easily. So you should install that one. Don't go with the Windows or any Windows laptop, because from my side I would suggest or recommend it to use the Ubuntu laptop. Guys, which laptop you are using? Can you
Sir,
please let me know?
sir, actually, I have Mac OS. So
Yeah, sorry.
Mac OS, sir, Mac OS.
Okay. Uh, uh, okay, guys. Anybody who is
I think
using?
yeah,
Sorry.
mostly we're going to have a Windows or a Mac. Even I have a Windows, but I
Hmm,
think in the past, what I've tried to do is this that I've installed Hyper-V or VMware, and then
fine.
on both of those, I've got Ubuntu installed for myself. So,
Okay, okay. That will be fine. That will work as well. Anybody? Yeah, who is using Window? Anybody who is using it means everybody using Mac or Ubuntu. Yeah, am I right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that will fine. This
But
will work.
I have only Mac, sir, Mac OS.
Yeah, it's
So,
not an issue. Mac is something similar.
yeah,
If you need something Ubuntu, then what you can do, you can use the Dockerize application. I can tell you, or we can create a server over AWS cloud, and you can use that server.
okay, sir. Thanks.
Fine.
Hmm.
So I'm using Windows.
Okay, no issue. Then in that, which Windows?
Windows 10.
Windows 10. Then you have a WSL client, right? Ubuntu client is there. You can search on Google and you can install it. Then you will have the WSL. After installing the WSL, you will have the Ubuntu as a client.
Okay. What is WXL?
WSL is something I can tell you. WSL. Yeah. This is actually a subsystem, or we can say this is a layer for Linux-based operating system. You can download it from here, right? And this will act as a best terminal, right? WSL is something. This is another topic. Okay, let me give you 2 minutes. You have a Windows operating system, right? In Windows operating system, all things you are handling from GUI. But if you want to handle it from UI, sorry, CLI as a Ubuntu, right? So this will be a layer of WSL you can install, right? Then your Windows operating system can be act as a Ubuntu system. You can use the command line as a Ubuntu using that Windows operating system, and this can be handled by you Ubuntu using the Ubuntu operating system. You
Okay.
got this point?
Yeah.
This is a layer. This is, we can say, this is a layer which you will install over the Windows operating system, and this will have a command line interface which you required, and you can use it as a command line interface, and you can uh, make the operation, you can search the operations, you can do everything. Whatever we do in Ubuntu, you can do the same things on Windows as well using command line. Got it?
Okay. Actually, I have a concern. Sorry to say that, but when you're explaining it here in whiteboard, it is like not clear. It is like very sorry, but
Okay,
it's like messy. So,
okay. So in that case, what we will have, I will use. Okay, give me a minute. In that case, what I can do, I can use 1 second. Let me. Mm, is this fine? Is this fine? Right? If I write down here,
yeah, I
like,
think yeah, if you type something, it will be fine. But when you're
okay,
typing there, it's not looking good.
okay, fine. Then I will use it. I will use it. Something.
Sure. Thank you.
Right. So, okay. Okay, so in Windows, right, you will have a WSL, right? WSL you will install, right? This is something, if I am having a Ubuntu or Linux-based operating system, so its WSL will act as a layer. This will act as a layer, right? And using that one software, you can install it in your Windows, and this will act as a Ubuntu command line interface. Got this
Okay.
one?
Yeah, I got it.
Everybody is fine with that one? If I'm using it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. No issue, right? But from my side, again, I'm telling you that will be a suggestion, that will be a recommended from my side. Even you should use the Ubuntu Linux-based operating system or Mac OS, whatever you have. This should be a Linux-based operating system. Why it is recommended from my side? Because if we are facing any issue on our own system, then it will be a habitual for me, for you guys, then you can troubleshoot it, right? And you can see the issues on your system, and you can be comfortable, or you can having the hands-on experience over on your own system as well as over the cloud, right? So this will be a win-win situation for you guys. So that's why this is a recommended from my side. Okay, chat box.
I think Prabha has posted a question, and
PowerShell in Windows 11 can do. PowerShell is fine, buddy, but actually, there are some syntaxes, right? That is a forward or backward slash are there, right? So you will might be get confused when you will type any command. Better if you have Windows 11 again. What I am telling you, WSL you can install. That can help you a lot, buddy. So that can help you easily. Yeah. Is anybody any issue? Perfect. Okay. Then we have a question. If you want to uh, install Putty, suppose guys, if you have a WSL in your Windows system, Putty is only we required for Windows operating system and not for Ubuntu. It's not required Putty, right? So in that case, Putty is basically a software that is allows to connect a Windows system to any Linux-based operating system. Suppose let's take an example. I have a I have a uh, Ubuntu system, my own laptop, right? This is my own laptop, and if I want to execute Linux server execution, then Putty not required, right? Then we don't require any putty here in that case. But if I am having a Windows, right, my own laptop is window, right? If I am having this laptop as a window, then in Linux, right, if I want to execute this Linux, then it's not required, right? Putty is not required, right? Sorry, my mistake. Sorry. If I am having a Windows, right, my own laptop, and I want to execute, I want to log in Linux server, then Putty is required. Then I have to install Putty in Windows operating system, right? But if you have WSL, then Putty not required. Why? Because you can execute and you can log in using the WSL directly. So then Putty not required. Right? You got this point?
yes.
So the summary is, in your case, if you are having a Windows and if you install the WSL, then Putty not required. Okay. Then access to Linux from Mac. Yeah, from Mac, you will follow the same syntax SSH we can do, right? Okay, note and via putty SSH, yeah, from putty you can put the IP something here, and from the Linux terminal you can put the SSH and the username and the IP. Using that SSH command, you can execute or you can log in your Linux server. Then something access to Linux via putty. Yeah, suppose if I want to access Linux via same again putty, then we will have something. This is a CentOS based operating system. Again, I have to give the IP over here. This is something we can follow. Okay, right, guys. Okay. From the command prompts, I think today. Okay, command prompts. Okay, let me finish it. For the command line, suppose if I am using what are command prompts, okay? Command prompt are simply a prompt is a short text at the start of command line followed by prompt symbol on a command line interface. So suppose if I am having a terminal, suppose I am logged in the server, so I have this command line prompt, right? If you can see here, but this here another shell you can't see. So this is something we will have here. So these 3 to 4 terms are there. What is these terms are there? So in first term, if I have a root, so this will be a username, there, right? If I am telling you, I can use the command, who am I? So it will say Rahul Sethi, right? This is a username. Then host name, I can check the host name using that one. So it is saying your host name is this. I didn't set any host name. So this is saying these three terms what they are denoting. It is saying this is first in username, and second one is host name, right? This is a host name for your system, and third one is prompt symbol. This is a prompt symbol. That's it, right? If you want to get your prompt back, right, so you can use the control C. Prompt back, it means if you are having any, if you want to, if you stuck somewhere in your terminal, then using command C you can get your prompt back, your command line interface back, right? Using control C you can do. Okay, then question comes in, what is file system? It is a system used by an OS to manage files. The system control how data is saved or retrieved. So file system is something basically in our operating system, how our operating system are using to manage the files. So this is basically use controls then how the data is saved, how we can save our data. Right. Suppose if in my wardrobe, my shirt is there, my accessories are there, skirts there, jackets are there, shoes are there, pants are there. So they are something in a well managed form, right? So how they are managed in our wardrobe, wardrobe is like operating system, we can say, and jacket, shoes, pants, if they are managing in a well manner, right? So this is something called as a file system management. So this is something again for the operating system, how our data files or folders are basically are saved, or how they are keeping in our own operating system. You got this one, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Then introduction to file system, right? How data the, suppose if in the same above case, if I am using our our files and folder, this is something if we are keeping our files and the folders saving in any location, right? My pants and jacket something are there, then it's very hard if I want to get it black color shirt, right? So it's very difficult to get that shirt because they are not in a well managed form, right? So to keep it in such a way, then we can use it. We should that's why this is saying we should keep our data saved in a well mannered so that we can get the things easily. Then operating system store file in a file and directory in an organized and structured way, right? It is saying our operating system basically stores the files and directories in a well structured manner. System configuration file, folder A, user file, folder B, logs file, folder C, command or escape, folder D, and so on. What it is saying, suppose if we have any configuration file, right? If we have any configuration file, it is saying it will having a folder A, config, yeah, any structure files, right? So it will having a folder B. It will save the files and folder in file anything in folder B. Logs file, it is keeping this in C. So and so on. It's taking the things in such a way that the things are stored in a well structured manner, each and everything having the specific directories the our operating system is keeping, and this is help us a lot to make them available, right? So there are many different types of file systems are there, right? So in any new releases of operating system, right, their improvements are going on, but for now they have like fat, ntfs, xfs, ext3, ext4. These are the different file systems are there, right, guys? So these are the different types, different new file structure are there. So this is something they are, we are keeping them. Okay, next one is file system. I think we should done with this part. Then from tomorrow we will start from the architecture, file system structure. Right, we will start from the structure part. Till now, if there is any confusion, you guys can let us know. Yeah.
सर मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ जैसे कि अपने पास मैक ओएस है ना,
Yeah,
तो
buddy, hey buddy, can you please speak in English, because I think there is one or two guy actually who can understand easily if they are not actually they are not comfortable in Hindi, I think.
No worries, sir. No worries.
Okay, okay.
तो क्या है ना सर कि अपने पास मैक ओएस है, तो मेरे को मतलब विंडोज एंड उसमें अगर परफॉर्म करने के लिए मुझे विंडोज को मूव करना पड़ेगा या फिर नहीं, फिर ओके रहेगा अपने को, दिस इज
नहीं,
ओके विद।
okay, that will be okay with Mac OS, right? Mac OS के अंदर आप बेटर क्या कर सकते हैं, what you can do here, in that case, you can install a Docker desktop, yeah, and you can run a one container of Ubuntu. Okay, and you can logged in that container, yeah, Ubuntu 60, you can use it, and whatever operation you can perform over here, and might be in one coming lectures, right? We will have the Ubuntu operating system which we will install in cloud, right, in AWS cloud, and you can perform the actions over here. Mac OS is fine for you. If you are having a Mac OS, then that will be fine for you.
ओके सर।
Yeah, guys, any other doubt?
Yeah, what is SSH? Can you explain?
Yeah, SSH, we will come. Yeah, SSH is something. Suppose SSH. This is a secure protocol, right? Secure protocol, which is basically used as a, we can say a tool. We can also say it to log in the remote systems. What does it mean? If suppose I have a server one, if I am having a server one which is in Mumbai, right? And from Mumbai to Delhi, suppose I am in Delhi, right? My laptop is in Delhi and I want to log in that server, in Mumbai server, then I need a secure protocol, right? This is something SSH I will use. So in command line, what I will do, SSH username at the rate and the IP of that server. Suppose its IP is Mumbai, right? We can say 172.15.1.1, suppose. So I will use that IP here to here. So this is something we will use the SSH. You got it?
Yeah, and what is the username?
Username, yes, username. The username, suppose I am having a username here, DevOps. I have created this user DevOps. From DevOps, I will take this username from here. Yes, DevOps user. So SSH DevOps at the rate and the IP of that user. It means that DevOps user exists in Mumbai server as well as this is the IP. So I will use that SSH username at the rate and the IP so that I can log in that server.
Okay.
Fine.
So this SSH is needed when we connect through putty, right?
No, yes, putty we also required, but we will follow that one using the command line. This is the CLI interface. If I am writing down anything using the dollar, so this means I am using a command line. Here, suppose I am a command line, right? Right, this is my command line, so I can use SSH DevOps, this one, right? So this should be there. SSH dev, this is username at the rate IP of that remote server. So this will logged in that server. You will see many times, hundred of times you will logged in that servers. You will get the things easily.
Okay.
You got the concept what is SSH?
Yeah. So this one we will see in the next class practically, you mean, right?
Many of the classes in initially in 2 to 3 classes you will see. Once we logged into that any remote server, then you will get the thing easily, right? SSH, what is the usage, each and everything, configuration file, you will see.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, anybody?
Sir, I wanted to know are we going to get access to these PowerPoints that you have?
Yes, we will provide in coming 1 or 2 days. We will provide that PowerPoint presentation to you guys. Yes, definitely, and we will have some handout notes to you guys, right? In which you will have the commands, and you can go through that video, and using that text files on some handouts, you can get the things, and you can perform some practicals so that you can easily comfortable. You can having the hands-on experience as well from your side.
Right, sure, thank you.
Yeah, anybody?
And do we have class tomorrow?
Yes. Not, I don't think so. Tomorrow will be the class, I think.
So
I
it's
think
weekly ones?
yeah, it will be on weekends.
No, so only Saturday we have class, not Sunday?
No, no, no. For this Saturday, I think we are having this class, and from the 12th, right, in the next weekend, we will have the classes on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
But I have having the data for now from the networking side. So I will discuss post that class. What they will say, then we'll let you know, guys.
Okay.
Yes. Anybody?
सर अभी ये डेवऑप्स कम्युनिटी का कोई ग्रुप है क्या अपना व्हाट्सएप एंड इसमें अपने जो
I think for now it's not there. We will create. They will create. I think they will create the same from the networking side, and let's see what they will do.
ओके
Okay, guys, can we close this session?
यस सर
Okay, okay, guys. Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye.